What is up, guys? I'm Neal Jolly and welcome inside Jolly Studios, where we talk about everything cameras to sneakers. And today we're talking sneakers and a pair that I believe is the best Jordan 1 Low of 2020. We're talking about the Jordan 1 Low Gym Red and White, or otherwise known as the New Beginnings. I've got these sneakers still in box, and so in today's video we're going to do an unboxing, talk a little bit about the history behind the New Beginnings release and the color theme overall that dropped this year. We're going to do a full in-depth review of these sneakers as well as an on-foot look, and then finally giving you guys my verdict behind whether you should shoot, hold, or pass on your shot at these sneakers. You'll find the sneakers packaged in a standard black Jordan box for Jordan 1 Lows with a gold foil Jumpman on the top and the number 23 and a smaller Jumpman on the sides. Upon flipping the lid open, resting inside tissue with the all-over gold 23 print, the Lows come as is with no other dressings. Otherwise known as the Jordan 1 Low New Beginnings, this is a low-top iteration of the Jordan 1 High retro sneakers that dropped as part of a 2-pack with the Nike Air ships in what they called the New Beginning color theme, and that dropped during the weekend of the 2020 NBA All-Star Game this year and in Chicago exclusively. And so there's a lot of significance in storytelling with that pack, and notably that it commemorated the 35-year anniversary of the Jordan 1 High when Michael Jordan first wore the Jordan 1 High in 1985, and the 2-pack also was including the Nike Air ships, which haven't released since 1984. But what really made this pack so significant was that both sneakers had the cut as well as the materials and build that reflected that of what Michael Jordan actually wore in 1984 and 1985. And so this is an instant grail for Jordan 1 collectors, for sneakerheads overall, and it generated an insane amount of interest. However, because of the exclusivity around the sneaker, given that it was only released in Chicago in store and the fact that it was made in limited quantities, the resale market on these sneakers is now anywhere between $2,500 to $3,000, and that's nuts. And so if you weren't in Chicago lined up to get that 2-pack, then chances are your only opportunity to grab these sneakers is now on the resale market. And given that this sneaker is on resale for that $2,500 to $3,000 price point, it just simply is unattainable for the average consumer. And so it brings me to this pair that we're talking about today, which is the Jordan 1 Low Gym Red and White, which is the closest iteration and the overall aesthetic that models the New Beginning sneaker. And so when we did get official photos of this sneaker, I was honestly surprised that the Jordan brand did give the Jordan 1 Low that New Beginnings treatment, and honestly I was so stoked. Kept an eye out for when these did drop, and when they did a couple weeks back, I knew I had to have them, and honestly now that I have them in hand, ooh, they are so nice, and I'm so excited to throw these on feet. Before we get there, I do want to do an in-depth review of the sneaker, of the materials on the sneaker, starting from the front to the back and from the top to the bottom. Starting along the tip of the toe of this sneaker, we've got a red synthetic leather that is soft on touch, and then moving to the white vamp, we have some more synthetic leather that is similar in touch and feel to the red paneling throughout the sneaker. It's got 45 perforated holes, which is standard with all lows, mids, and highs. And the overall shape of the toe is quite boxy, which is pretty standard now for all lows, mids, and highs, but I wish that they did go back to having the more kind of curvier slope to the overall toe, similar to actually how the New Beginnings pack was released with a more curvier slope. But I do understand why this is a little bit more boxy. It does promote the overall durability, but my only criticism is that it ends up having the overall shape of like a Nike SB Dunk Low or even an Air Force 1 Low, but it is what it is. And then moving from the white toe box into the lacing system, we've got some flat white laces that come laced on the sneaker out of box, and so they are weaving through 7 eyelets that you'll find on the sneaker, and that's 1 shy of the 8 eyelets you'll find on a mid and 9 that you will find on a high. And honestly, I love the look of some flat white laces on the sneaker, especially given that it has a white toe box and a white shoe tongue, so all white down the middle. But I feel like if you're going to give this the New Beginnings treatment, you need some red laces. And Bam, we've got some red laces on the Jordan 1 lows, and man, I feel like these resemble the New Beginnings pack so much more. I love this overall look. I grabbed these red laces from my Bloodline sneakers, and man, they look like the New Beginnings pack so much more. It's probably how I'm going to be rocking this sneaker throughout the summer, you know, alternating between the white and red, but predominantly rocking the red. I just feel like they pop so much more. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Will you be rocking these with some white laces or some red? And so moving behind the flat white laces, we do have a white nylon shoe tongue, and standard with all Jordan 1 lows, we do have a fabric lace lock that is stitched into the actual shoe tongue. The lace lock on this Jordan 1 low is of red fabric with the number 23. And then as we move to the top of the shoe tongue, we've got a Jumpman that is stitched in red. And then sliding to the midfoot on both the medial and lateral sides, it is identical with some white paneling that feels a little bit more grainy on touch, a different texture than the rest of the synthetic leathers that you'll find paneled throughout the sneaker. And then we've got that one piece matte red Nike swoosh that wraps around from the lateral to the medial sides. And then following the swoosh up towards the ankle, we have some red leather paneling that goes around the actual ankle of the sneaker. And that brings us to the heel of the sneaker, where we find the iconic Jordan Wings logo, and notably not on the ankle area, which we would normally find this on a mid or a high. And it is stitched into the heel with this red stitching that blends right in with the heel paneling, which I love because it is subtle and doesn't stand out. And had they used some white stitching as opposed to red, I definitely wouldn't have been a fan. Moving inside the sneaker, we've got a red fabric mesh sock liner that is nicely padded in around your ankle. And then further into the sneaker, we have a red insole with a Jumpman printed in white on the heel of the insole. On the white interior of the shoe tongue is where you'll find the sizing tag that is sealed right into the shoe tongue. And then moving to the bottom of the sneakers, we've got a solid white midsole along the whole shoe with an incorporated air sole unit that provides lightweight cushioning. And then for the outsole, we've got a solid red rubberized outsole with traction patterns that look almost identical to that of any other low, mid, and high. And for those curious, when stacking a low against a Jordan 1 mid, the Chicago Black Toes, the quality is almost identical, the materials look almost identical. However, there is a notable gap between the highs and the lows in terms of materials, specifically around the leathers, with the highs using more premium leather materials. This Bloodline actually has some tumbled leather, so definitely different in texture and materials overall, but I thought I'd just give you guys a look on how they look stacked up against each other. But now it's my favorite part of the video, where I finally get to throw these sneakers on, give you guys a closer on foot look, as well as styling them 2 different ways. Worn with a pair of fresh white Nike socks, a pair of black Nike basketball shorts, and an oversized boxy white Essentials tee, these shoes really pop, and this look makes for a perfect summer fit. Worn with a oversized boxy gray tee and some black snap cargos that rest just over the ankles, this overall look plays off the Chicago Bulls color scheme. As for sizing, the Jordan 1's lows, mids, and highs across the board are all advised to fit true to size, and I'd agree. I picked up a size 9.5 US, which is my standard size, and these fit very comfortably on my feet. These did sell out immediately on day 1 of their release, and all the popular sizing. I think on day 2 there were probably just a few of the larger pairs still available for sizing. And from a quick look on Foot Locker Canada right now, these are all sold out, but who knows, these might get topped up and restocked ahead of summer on both Foot Locker Canada, Foot Locker US, and wherever you reside. Keep an eye out also on Nike.com. These are set to release. Depending on your region, they might release soon this month, the coming month, but definitely ahead of summer. I do expect to see these on Nike.com or even restocked on a website like Foot Locker. But if you don't want to wait and you do want to secure a pair in the event these do get released and you miss out again, these are on the resale market for pretty much retail value, pretty close to, and so I've left a direct link in the description box below for you to check these sneakers out and potentially pick up a pair in your sizing for yourself. And now is the part of the video where I make my case for whether you should shoot, hold, or pass on your shot at these sneakers. With Shoot being picking up these sneakers at their current retail price, Hold being potentially waiting for these sneakers to go on sale or for another opportunity to pick these sneakers up, and Pass being that these sneakers might not be for me or for you, but for somebody else. And when it comes to the Jordan 1 lows in Gym Red and White, or otherwise known as the New Beginnings, I say, you shoot your shot. Ahead of the summer, the Jordan 1 Low as a silhouette is a versatile sneaker that you can dress up easily with a pair of jeans or even a suit, and dress down very comfortably into a pair of shorts or even some slacks. And this particular pair is a versatile sneaker with a vibrant color that pays homage to the New Beginnings, and that's really what makes this sneaker special. So I give full props to the Jordan brand for giving us a sneaker that does pay homage to a heritage colorway like the New Beginnings that was released this year. And like I said earlier, it does allow the average consumer to pick this sneaker up at an economical price point, and probably one of the more budget Jordan 1 sneakers at 120 Canadian for us Canadians and $90 USD. And while I understand this isn't a Jordan 1 high New Beginnings, and some people might frown on the fact that this is an iteration and a colorway that's taken from a really iconic sneaker and put on a Jordan 1 low, and maybe they don't enjoy Jordan 1 lows to begin with, I understand that and that is all fair, but this is, like I said, an attainable attempt at that sneaker, and really does allow the average consumer to pick the sneaker up and really rock with it. The fact is, sneakers are meant to be worn on your feet, and I do understand that that is a collector pack, and so some people probably won't be wearing those New Beginnings Jordans, and so I do understand that, but for me to fork up that amount of money and not wear those sneakers is a no, and I probably would never fork up that kind of money, I should just be honest. When I can get an attainable pair, yes, at not the premium qualities, but the overall look, and is, to be honest, a quality sneaker still in the Jordan 1 Low Gym Red and White. But now I'd love to hear from you guys. Will you guys be picking up this Jordan 1 Low? Why or why not? Are you a fan that these got the New Beginnings treatment? And is this the best Jordan 1 Low of 2020? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'd love to connect with you guys there. Give this video a like if you enjoyed the review, and if you really liked it, I hope that you will subscribe to the channel, because we've got a lot more sneaker videos that are on the way. And also, if you're looking for another budget Jordan 1 sneaker, I did do a review on these Jordan 1 Chicago Black Toes, and also a few days ago I dropped a video on the top 2 Jordan retro sneakers that are currently on sale, fell under the radar, and I believe were slept on. So I'll leave a link in the description box below for these Jordan 1 mids for you guys to check out that review. And for the top 2 Jordan sneakers that I did review that are currently on sale, I'll leave an on-screen link for you guys that will follow up at the end of this video. But that's all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, for your time and support of this channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.